My name is Nishant, and I'm going to share with you one ODI utility which we have developed in Cognizant. We call it ODI Ingen, and the purpose of this utility is to convert your low-level design into ODI interface, and it can also reverse engineer your ODI interface to produce a low-level design. So now we can see there would be a lot of potential cost reduction and time reduction. We can have a quick turnaround time. We can also maintain a documentation whenever we want, and it also give you quality assurance. So all the coding standards will be maintained, and there would be no scope of human error. So today we are going to see this tool in action, and I'm going to share few of the demo in which I will be covering few one-to-one mappings and some complex mappings. So today I'm just going to show you few demo for this utility. On your screen you can see the simple one-to-one mapping where the source and target both are database, Oracle database, and this is the sample information which is required, which generally present in your low-level design, that what is my source table and what is my target table and the target column mapping. So this is my source table, this is my target columns, and this is my source to target mapping and the knowledge modules which we want to use. So this is very simple, plain vanilla one-to-one mapping. Now we want to convert, we want to generate an ODI interface using this information. So let's see how we can find out. So in this directory, I have the jars available, which will convert this uh, information into ODI interface. So before that, let me open ODI interface, and this is the folder where I'm expecting this utility to generate the interface. So as you can see, this is currently empty. This folder is empty. Examples. There is no interface right now, and using this jar file, I'm going to generate an ODI interface. So if you are not aware of the parameters, we can press enter. As you can see, it requires two different files as an input. One is parameter file and one is the main low-level design file. So in the parameter file, we just have to provide the connection information and credentials to log in into ODI. So, and input file is what we have just seen in an Excel. So its name is int1to1. Let me pass the parameters. So this parameter file is contain does contain the connection information, and this is the mapping information. So let's see. Yeah, it's done. So yeah, so we can see an interface now on the screen. It's generated by this utility, and we can also see all the data mapping which we have seen in the Excel file. So since it is a one-to-one source and target both in Oracle, so I don't have to make any changes, and I can run this right away. Let me run this interface. Yeah, it's completed. So it's a plain, very simple interface. So we don't have to do any modification. But in case you want to do any modification or changes any parameters, we can do it in the ODI Studio once we generate the interface. So now look at some more complex interface. So for example, this multiple data set is a one which I want to show you. So I don't want to change any folder or any project. I want to generate this new interface in the same location. So I don't have to change the parameter file. So I could just given the name of the CSV file, and it's going to generate an interface again. Yeah, so we got that new interface generated in the same location. Let's try to open it. So as you can see, there are multiple joins. There are three tables as a source, and we are doing some join, and we have one filter as well. And we have two data set 1 and data set 2. So in data set 2, we have again three source. Now let's see the flow diagram. So in the flow diagram, you can see there one data set is using a flat file, whereas another data set is having source as database, that is Oracle. So it have generated an interface from that Excel sheet, and we can see all the values which we have provided, all joins and filters. So now you can see that it really save lot of my effort, because all the information which we have to provide in the Excel sheet we generally provide in a low level design specification. So we don't have to wait for the software or ODI to procure. We can start writing this low level design, and once we have software available, we can save at least 40% of our time in doing the development. So on the screen, if you can see the data set are there, and the operator which we have defined in the Excel sheet. So we can find that. I would like to open that file as well, an Excel sheet. Now this is the Excel sheet for the multiple data set, the interface we just seen. So we have provided other more information which were not there in one-to-one mapping, like data set information and the operator, and the joins and the filters. So this template is very user friendly. I mean, the basic template which is required, and which present in most of the low level design template. So there is no more effort we have to put to fill in this information, but there are few things which we have to fill extra, the table alias and model name and interface name, basically to provide the location. So now we have seen that how we can generate interface out of the low level design. Now we can see that how we can reverse engineer our ODI interface into this low level design. So before showing that, I want to close this, and now again go back to the prompt. So for the reverse, I have different jar file. Again, we can see it again require two different information. One is parameter file and the output file. In the parameter file, we have to provide the location or the project name and the folder name from where we want to generate or reverse engineer our interface. So for the timing, I'm going to reverse engineer all the interface present in example or under test SDK project. So these two interfaces are there. So it will going to, I want to generate this one. So I have already provided the information under the parameter file. Let me just open that. So this is the information. I am going to use the project to test SDK and folder examples. And rest, these are credentials which we have to provide. So I'm going to use the same parameter file, and I can give any output file name which I want. For example, for this I would give demo.csv. So now it is going to read from that location. Now it's done, and we have demo.csv. Yeah, we have demo.csv. Now let's try to generate the interface from the CSV file which we just have generated. So for before that, I would like to delete these two interfaces, and I would give this demo as a input parameter. So it's generating right now. Yeah, so it's done. So let's see. Yeah, they are back again. And if you open that, you can again see all the interface with the same information. Yeah. So now this is the way we can maintain our documentation. For example, we are doing some enhancement in our interface and we are not updating the document. So this is the good way you can update your documentation, make them up to date. But the only thing we have to uh, be conscious on the post changes which we are doing, which are not captured in the sheet. So that's something we have to work on it extra. So whatever configuration we are doing, maybe at the table level or uh, the interface level, that we have to do it manually after that. So thank you everyone. Thanks for watching this.